Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. Good afternoon. My name is Vision Coach Latoya Early. I am a vision coach. I am founder and executive coach at Chase Great Enterprises, where we are constantly changing the momentum of your pursuit to happiness, your pursuit to prosperity, and your pursuit to purpose. So listen, I'm so excited because today I decided to, last week I decided to change the time of Maximize Your Monday. So I now wanted to, give those who work a 9 to 5, a traditional 9 to 5, give you the opportunity to join in on your lunch break, give you an opportunity to kind of step away from your 9 to 5 for a minute and kind of get empowered, to get yourself together, to give yourself a new train of thought, and to maximize your Monday. So often people dread Mondays. People dread the start of Mondays. People dread the start of the week. But the reason why you're dreading it so much is because you haven't yet learned or identified your purpose and your position. So thank you so much for joining us for Maximize Your Monday. I am super excited about today's segment. I want to talk to you about the purpose of your position. I want to give you the top 4 reasons why you are working 2 full-time jobs. This is kind of a bonus. A lot of you may be working in your 9 to 5 and you're dreading your day and you're dreading the start of your work week. But listen, I need you to find out what your purpose is in that position. I need you to find out what your purpose is in the position that you're in right now and learn how to maximize it. Stop letting the position take control of you and start taking control of the situation. If you are working a job that you're not all the way comfortable with, that you're not happy in, that's not fulfilling you, then listen, I challenge you to sit down and figure out, how can I maximize me in this position? How can I maximize who I am to make this position better for me? How can I allow who God has created me to be to protrude in my daily work? So listen, don't get frustrated with your position. Learn how to maximize it. So again, thank you so much for joining me for today's segment of Maximize Your Monday. Don't forget, listen, if you are not a part of our email list, I need you to visit www.chasegreatenterprises.com, and I need you to register or subscribe for our weekly emails so that you can get your personal goal activity sheet delivered directly to your email address every single Monday. Yes, every Monday I send out an email. Thank you so much, M3. I send out an email that gives you your own personal goal sheet for the week. Well, what is the goal sheet? The goal sheet is a layout or an outline for you to sit down and to create your goals for that week. Remember, we're not here to dread Mondays. We have to learn how to maximize our Mondays. And the only way that you can maximize your Monday is if you can see the success that you desire by the end of the week. So one of my first steps to maximizing your Monday is learning how to wake up. Give yourself that time in the morning to maximize your morning. Get up, pray, meditate, connect, give yourself that time to really be grateful for the moment that you're in. And then learn how to command your mornings. You need to learn how to tell your day how it will be. You need to learn how to tell your day how it will go. So I need you to go to visit www.chasegreatenterprises.com, and I need you to download your very free goal activity sheet and sit down and create your goals for the week. Sit down and say, okay, you know what? This week I'm going to be successful in this area. This week I'm going to conquer this and this area, and I guarantee you that you'll see results like you've never seen before. So don't forget to download your goal activity sheet for the week. So listen, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to jump into our content for today, our message for today, which is the top 4 reasons you may be working 2 full-time jobs. There are so many of you out there who have goals, who have dreams, who have desires, who have started your business, and you are working 2 full-time jobs. You're working your 9 to 5, and then you turn around and you're working your own business, and you are driving yourself bananas. You're in that position where you don't know whether or not you should go full-time in your own business or if you need to keep working your 9 to 5. You're in that transition where you're not sure if you're capable of running your own business full time and generating the income that you need to sustain living, or if you need to still work your 9 to 5. You're in that transition where you're trying to believe in yourself enough so that you can jump out and leap into faith and leap into your dreams. But you have that little piece of you that's saying, oh, but I want to stay safe. So listen, the top 4 reasons why you are working 2 full-time jobs. Number 1, you haven't decided which job is more important. I know, I'm sorry. You haven't made the decision that either your 9 to 5 is important or your business venture is important. You're working 2 full-time jobs because you haven't decided which one is more important. Working your 9 to 5, is that more important to you developing and becoming who you're really supposed to be? Or working in your business? Is working in your business more fulfilling to you? Yes, will it be uncomfortable to transition? But when has elevation ever been comfortable? When has change ever been comfortable? There's so many of you out there that has great ideas, who have started your business, but you're working your business and you're working your 9 to 5 simultaneously, and you're burning yourself out. And you're wondering, why isn't my business growing? Why aren't I taking it, or why isn't it going to the next level? Not recognizing that you can only do so much in a day. If you're working 2 8-hour shifts, you're working your 9 to 5, and then you're turning around and you're working by the time you get home, from 7 to 2 to 3, when are you sleeping? When are you giving yourself that time to recuperate? When are you giving yourself that time to really build? You're working 2 full-time jobs. The second reason is because you aren't fulfilling purpose. You aren't fulfilling purpose in the job, your 9 to 5. So you're working 2 full-time jobs because you aren't fulfilling purpose in your 9 to 5. So you created your business so that you can try to fulfill who you want to be in that business and your part-time hobby. Working 2 full-time jobs was never designed for you. You were designed to take your purpose and to learn how to turn your purpose into profit so that you can be everything that you were called and created to be. It was never designed for you to work 2 and 3 jobs. It was never designed for you to work like a Hebrew slave Monday through Saturday just so that you can try to make ends meet. That was never designed for you. But the problem is that you've gotten so comfortable in your 9 to 5. You've gotten so comfortable in that comfortable routine paycheck that you haven't yet stood up in confidence and said, you know what, I believe enough in me that I can generate not 10 times, not 20 times, but 50 times more than what I'm bringing in at my 9 to 5. So you're working 2 full-time jobs because you have not decided which job or which position holds your purpose. Are you an entrepreneur or are you an entrepreneur? Are you designed to have your own business, or are you designed to use your skill and use your creativity to help someone else build their vision until you gain the credentials needed to go out and start your business? You're working 2 full-time jobs, driving yourself bananas because you haven't yet made the decision. Which brings me to number 3. You aren't willing to sacrifice. I know, I'm sorry. Being a full-time entrepreneur, running your own business, there is sacrifices that has to be made. You're not going to be the only one that sacrificed. If you're married, your spouse has to sacrifice. If you have children, your children has to sacrifice. Your family has to sacrifice. But what are you willing to sacrifice to gain everything that you've ever desired? What are you willing to give up temporarily so that you can walk into the promise that God has already assigned to you far before you were even born? The plan was already set in place for you to prosper. The plan was already set in place for you to be amazing. The plan was already set for you to be great. The problem is that you're not trusting His plan. You're leaning against your own plan. So you're trying to do both things simultaneously, and it's not working. The third reason why you're working 2 full-time jobs is because you haven't made the decision. You haven't made the decision, or you're not willing to sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice to gain everything that you've ever desired? Will it be uncomfortable? Absolutely. Absolutely. Understand that when something is growing, when something is protruding, just imagine, think about when you were a child and your feet started to grow. And you had on those 2 little shoes, you love these shoes. I know I can attest to this. I had these shoes. I love these shoes. But my feet were too big for these shoes. So I used to try to squeeze my foot into the shoe. Like I could wear it. Feet hurting all day. Not recognizing that my feet was growing. So it was time for me to step into better shoes. It's uncomfortable. The transition was uncomfortable because I didn't want to leave my favorite shoes. I didn't want to go buy new shoes, but I had to in order for me to be comfortable or to move to get to the places that I needed to go to. What are you doing? What are you willing to sacrifice? It's time for you to get rid of those old shoes. You're growing out of your 9 to 5. You're growing out of that comfort. It's time for you to take your ideas, take your visions, take your purpose, and move to the next level. Number 4, you haven't made the decision. You just haven't made the decision. You're afraid. You're discouraged. You have doubt. Those are all natural emotions. But when are you going to rise above your natural emotion and trust in God and know that He's going to carry you, that He'll never leave you nor forsake you? See, we only use God when it's convenient to our feelings. We only use God when we're trying to be realistic instead of saying, you know what? I know that God has given me this idea. I know that God will not leave me, leave me to fail. I know that I have a great idea. It's time for you to make the decision. You don't have to work 2 full-time jobs. You don't have to work the 9 to 5 and work your business. Make the decision. Create a transition, an exit plan. Create your strategy. Sit down, create the vision plan for your transition and make the move. You cannot go into the direction or be the person that God has called you to be if you continue to live in fear, if you continue to live in your comfort. I understand that we all have bills to pay. Believe me, I do. I understand that we have children, we have spouses, we have bills, we have lights, we have gas, we have utilities. I understand that. But what I am here to tell you that if God has given you something, if He's shown you something, then you need to trust His plan more than you trust your plan, because your plan is what's going to keep you stagnant. Your plan is going to keep you in mediocrity. Your plan is going to keep you where you are. But if you're ready to reach for greater, if you're ready to soar, if you're ready to reach the place of success that you desire, then I challenge you to make a decision. Make a decision. Here's a bonus for you. If you're working full-time at your 9 to 5 and then part-time in your purpose, guess what? That's a hobby. You aren't serious enough. When are you going to start trusting your gift? So you're telling me that you believe more in your 9 to 5 than you do in yourself? Purpose wasn't given to us to be practiced part-time. Purpose was given to us to be full-time so that we can live the life that we were called to live, so that we can be the example that if you trust God and if you allow Him to lead you, that you can live the life of prosperity. You can live the life of happiness. You can live the life of joy. You can live the life of peace. You can live the life of wealth. You can live the life that you want to live, but you first have to make a decision. Okay, you haven't started your business yet. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Oh, my finances aren't together. Listen, what are you willing to sacrifice? That takes me back to number 3? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to sacrifice to get your business to the next level? What are you willing to sacrifice to start your business? What are you willing to sacrifice? There are so many people who are working in their 9 to 5 and you're dreading it. Why? Because there's something in you that says, I'm better than this. I have something greater than this. I want to do what I want to do and make money from it. But you are so afraid of stepping outside of the boat that you're causing the comfort to provide this illusion that you can't do it. Listen, you can do anything that you put your mind to doing. Finances is not an issue. Just like you'll put $5 away to buy that new bag or put $5 away to go to that basketball game, you can put $5 away to start your business. Finances is not the issue. You pay for what you want. And if you're ready to live a life of prosperity, if you're ready to live a life of purpose, then I challenge you to step outside of the boat. There's no reason why some of you are still working 2 full-time jobs. Oh, I work my 9 to 5, but I do my business when I get home. That's part-time. That means you telling yourself, you know what, you're not good enough for full-time yet. So I'm gonna pick you up when I feel like it or when I can. Don't have kids. Don't have a husband or a wife. So now you have to take care of your family and then do business. That becomes a hobby. And if you just want a hobby, cool. But if you're ready to be the person that you know that you've been dreaming of becoming, you're ready to be that business owner, you're ready to take control of your future, you're ready to pour all of the dreams, ideas, and vision into something that you have, something that you want to birth, don't place limitations on yourself. It's okay to think outside the box. Some of you are sitting back thinking right now that, my gift isn't big enough for that. Like, I can't make enough money to sustain. I don't have enough. I can't. As long as you sit back and say that you can't, you won't. But when you start putting in the proper systems and the proper steps for you to be able to generate an income for yourself, you'll start to see that you are capable of doing exactly what your employer did. The reason why you have a job right now is because your employer believed in themselves. I don't care where you're working. I don't care what you're doing. There's an owner. And that owner said, you know what? I don't want to work for anyone. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take my ideas and I'm going to put it on paper. I'm going to create a system and I'm going to jump. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. But can you do it? Absolutely. You can. Stop looking for the checkbox categories. Stop looking for, the teacher, the doctor, the lawyer. Stop looking for if you don't fit into this checkbox and you can't make it. I don't care if your purpose is to pick paint off of a wall. You need to figure out how to pick paint off of a wall and to make money from it so that you can show the world that, hey, I am the example that you have a purpose and that you can turn your purpose into profit and that you can live the life of success that you were originally created to live. You weren't created to live a life that is not fulfilling. So whether or not your purpose is in your current position or whether or not your purpose is in building your business, you need to make the decision. It's time to give up on 2 full-time jobs. You're overworking yourself. Again, quick recap. The reason why you have 2 full-time jobs is because of one. You haven't decided which job is important. Which one is most important? Number 2, you haven't recognized your purpose in either one. See, when you recognize your purpose in something, it kind of pushes you. It gives you that extra push. When you recognize your purpose in something, it kind of gives you that extra courage. So you need to recognize what your purpose is. Number 3. You aren't willing to sacrifice. Okay, maybe you can't get your hair done every 2 weeks. Maybe you can't get your nails done every 2 weeks. Maybe you can't go out to dinner every night. But what are you willing to sacrifice to gain everything you've ever desired? Number 4, you haven't made the decision. Is it going to be easy? No. But when has success ever been easy? You have these ideas to be this amazing person. You have these ideas to be the successful multi-million-dollar person and have all of these great outlets and have all of these great opportunities, but you're not willing to sacrifice. And you haven't even made the decision to say, I believe enough in me to focus on me. Here's your bonus. If you are working a full-time job and you're doing your business part-time, purpose was never meant to be practiced part-time. So right now you are practicing a hobby. So until you make the decision, you are only practicing a hobby. And if that's what you prefer, that's okay. But if you're looking for greater, then you need to make a decision and you need to take your gift and your purpose seriously and stop playing. So I'm going to open up the floor really quickly. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, suggestions, ideas, we're open. We're open. So please feel free. I know that we had a few people chime in and say certain things. If you have any questions, this is your time. You may ask those questions. If you don't, please feel free to visit us at www.chasegreatenterprises.com. Please feel free to email us at info@chasegreatenterprises.com. Again, my name is Latoya Early. I am a vision coach. I am founder of Chase Great Enterprises, where we are constantly changing the momentum of pursuit. It is my assignment to help you see bigger, to help you see greater, and to help you reach past the limitations that you've placed over your life. We do help both aspiring and growing entrepreneurs create a strong foundation of success through teaching you how to turn purpose into profit and teaching you how to take your business and take it to the next level. So if you are already in business, if you are trying to figure out how to create that exit plan, if you're in a place where you're trying to figure out what's next, Chase Great Enterprises is here to assist you. I do want to say one thing. Listen, we do have something amazing. I was just getting ready, Celine, her question was, how do you discover your purpose? I was just getting ready to announce something that we have just recently launched. Chase Great Enterprises now offer purpose parties where you can gather your friends, gather your coworkers, gather your family, and you can host a purpose party where myself or one of our wonderful purpose pushers will come out and they'll help you discover your purpose. There's a list of things that we take you through. There's a list of activities that we help you get through so that you can discover your purpose, and so that in return you can then start to learn whether or not you are designed to turn your purpose into profit. So how do you discover your purpose? It takes there's a channel of different things that you can use to discover your purpose, but we do offer great purpose parties. So if you're interested in booking a purpose party, you can email us at info@chasegreatenterprises.com, or you can go to our website at www.chasegreatenterprises.com to learn more information about booking your purpose party. If you're still trying to figure out what your purpose is, it's time to figure it out now. Let's sit down and let's figure out what your assignment is. What are you here to do? What are you here to achieve? Who are you here to help? How are you here to take your gift and to help someone else become greater? Let's not procrastinate any longer. You want to do something with your friends? Let's have a purpose party. Let's do something with some substance. Let's help. Remember, iron sharpen iron. So you need to gather your friends, gather your family. Let's say, hey, let's figure out who we are so that we can be, everything that we were called and created to be. So thank you so much for joining us today for Maximize Your Monday. We are here every single Monday. We have now transitioned the time to noon. So we'll be here a little afternoon to give you some time to settle if you're here on your lunch break. But thank you so much for joining us for Maximize Your Monday. Please contact me via social media at Latoya Early or Chase Great Enterprises. If you need anything, we are here. We love you and we want you to have an amazing day. Don't forget to download your goal sheet and set out your goals for the week. We love you and be blessed.